Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all the well-meaning Biafrans, lovers of freedom, and the haters of freedom, and all those who stand up at this time for the officially declaration of the United States of Biafra as a new country. So I welcome all of you. Please, as I welcome you, please endeavor to welcome one another this evening. It is very imperative if you welcome another person to join us on our program this evening, which you can see the title, the part 2 of Maznan can refuse to accept political talk or refuse to accept peace talk or political release. That is the headline that we want to discuss this night. That is why it is imperative, as I welcome you, please welcome another person. Use your time as I'm taking my time to share to groups and those that ask me anytime I'm on live that I should let them know by sharing the program to them. So I urge you and I plead with you to also join me by liking and sharing this program this evening very fast. So as we move fast into what we are here to do this evening, because the more the like increase, the more we bring out what we have to discuss or what we are going to deliberate on it this night. It is very important for all of us to adhere to do that, please. Why Mazinaka refusing to accept any political release? Why he wants outright discharged and acquitted? Why he wants submit case no case file? Why he wants to submit no case file? How? And why now that he stand and he said hell no to anything except Biafra? What does he mean? And how is he helping us to get to our goal and achieve all our dreams? This is what we are to do this night. So the most important, I see you, Chibozo Ede, greeting from here. Yes, thank you so much. I greet you, Chibozo, for your wonderful comments. The code of this platform. First time I will see somebody who entered the platform just activate the code. So I thank you, Chibozo, for activating this code. Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you so much for activating the code. That is the code of this platform. Once you come in, I want to know that what we are doing, we are here to let the world know that we as the Biafra people understand why our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, refused to accept any offer or any political release from Nigeria. That the only release he will accept is outright release of him, as in no recom, no choti, if it may come in that way, no choti, is to just free him without any condition. The only condition is give him the flag, recognize Biafra. We have already raised the flag on behalf of him. The only thing that you are going to do is to recognize Biafra as a sovereign state. That is all he needed, nothing more than that. So that is why it is very imperative that we all understand his struggle, his pains, his sufferness, and all the things that he's passing through right now. That is why it is very imperative when you understand what he's passing through and what is going on in his life, then as a Biafran, then you will always be strong. You will always stand and defend yourself also. You will always stand to protect what Mazi Nnamdi is seeking for and what Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is seeking for, that we have got it. You can see the dangers of when he just go in. Do you know that when he just accepted any political release or any unlawful release on his own case, that Nigeria government, they could not even allow him to reach home. They will bring him back. It's a trap. All those political solutions, pardon him, this and that, all these things, when you sit down to check and reason and see how things is being going, when a new country is being declared and the leader was arrested before the declaration of the new country, then you will understand the level of tramp, the level of obstacle that Nigeria government was putting. You do know that that first time he went and said, I have discharged and quit him, or you should go. If he moved by now, they have rearrested him again. So for him, he knew the better way of him being free and being free forever and ever. That for him to be free depends on the declaration of Biafra as a new country, which we have done on November 29, 2024. These are the areas that cause attention. These are the areas that, as of this time around, we got to be thinking about it. And until when we start using that way, then you can also be strong for yourself and strength your strength. You can also be strong for yourself and strength your strength because of who? Because of him. Remember that he's here being strong because of you. He's not begging, he's not pleading for Nigeria government to release him. Rather, he stands on his rights. And the way it is now that all the international countries, all the international communities are calling for him to be released, then you may ask yourself, what is triggering all these things? If Mazi Nnamdi was released in 2004, do you know that there's some level that the government of Biafra is today, and in some areas you are hearing the name of Biafra, you could have not heard all of them. I remembered on one of our brothers' platform, I make a suggestion, I said that Nigeria government holding Mazi Nnamdi, they are holding for our own favor. Someone asked, what do I mean? I said, I mean a lot of things. That by the time I never even start to research and find some things out on my own way. Then what happened? When I calm down and start finding, I say, wow. So all this I'm saying itself has a background, has a way that law governs and protects all of them. I said, wow. So when I was saying that, I mean nothing and I know nothing. Until when I find out that for him to be there, we make us to get Biafra recognition very quick. Releasing them with the international community is going to trigger our recognition very fast. If you have followed our DPM this evening, he said, when I ask her questions, what they are doing, I am not asking but I am asking to trigger her to continue on what she's doing, and also know that these are also what we are thinking. And what are those things that they are doing? There is to make sure that every document about releasing them instead of Biafra is legit. That is part of things that they are doing. And all these things they are doing is doing what? Is also a way of getting them released forever and ever. There is one thing that I want it to be always occurring in your mind. What is that thing? That thing that I want it to be always occurring in your mind is this: that for us to get what we are looking for, somebody must be on the ground. And who? It might be like the way our president is there, or it might be like the way another president. Yes, it's only our president when he was captured and arrested. That is when the movement gets the leverage of the better value of what we are doing. And because of our president Mazinande can understand it, that is why he told us that he is going to lead from front. Today, where he is leading from what? From front. And if you know that under the international laws and their guidelines and the community, do you know that they told us that despite that he's inside, that they are the chief, they are in control of the military and the police and the Biafran people. Despite having somebody who is there, because of they are number one and number two. He is the president. So every Biafra army is under him. Every Biafra police, every security aspirates of the what make up Biafra is under him. Now, because of all this that is going on and what is happening, you can also have from Bruce Fem also send a message again to James Omotosho to tell him, release this man. This man you are keeping will damage your own reputation. Nobody is free. And some people did not understand Mazinande Kanu is putting everybody, everybody who does not understand what he's doing in confusion. He just carry confusion, enter Nigeria courts to confuse all of them. So you can grab them. So you can be able to destroy them. Because when you let them know exactly where you are going, they will plan and wait for you. But now that he put them in the stage of Pagmaya, none of them understand what is going to be next. None of Nigeria understand what is the next movement of Mazinande Kanu. I hope you are keying in with a very big interest to understand what is going on. Some people may do not understand it. Like the Yorubas are Fonja who claiming they are intellectuals. They don't know. Mazinande Kanu puts all of you on the table of Pagma, table of confusion. That is what he created on. And that is why you people go explain tire. It's the only way he stand and say this is where he's going, then you will know. That's why you always tell that you always said use this word, that he is 1,000 miles away from what all of you may think. And he knows what he's doing perfectly. You can see it. You can see how everything is folding. That he understands he understands what he's into and why he must continue to do what he's doing. These are the part of things that you have to look into right now. Then you may understand everything the way it is. Mazinande Kanu is not just a mere mortal. It's not like you and I. This is a different man altogether. This is a different soul. This is a different spirit altogether. So I want you to calm down and follow the event as the event is unfolding, because what Mazinande Kanu represents, you can never imagine it in your life. And what is leading him is bigger than all of us, which is the real Biafran spirit. The spirit of those children who died in Kwashoka is with him. Our fathers, our grandmothers who died, who breathed and through inside Red Sea, inside deep seas, inside ocean, inside rivers, they are pushing him to do what he's doing. And they will never allow him to fall. They will never allow him to do what? To fall. Brother, they will continue making him to be strong and put him on where when he comes, he will put the entire, look at this now, Mazinande Kanu has put the entire Nigeria in confusion. That is why you see Yoruba Fonja making their noise social media, claiming what they don't know. as if they know about it. Because now the level where Mazen Kano is taking all of them, they do not understand it. I said what? They do not understand the next outcome of Mazen Kano, and that is what makes him Mazen Kano. There was something in Igbo language. Na Amarawoke Amobia. He told them that he's not going to enter any defense. And everywhere is shaking. Everywhere is boiling. And Yoruba Afonja, Yoruba intellectuals, who think they know, who always claim. When you go to the index of what research, none of their name is there. None of the any you never come across the world researchers where in the world Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is number 15 before he was arrested. Number 2 is number 50. Two of them are GG, the way they put them. Coming to Africa, they are 1 and 2. Go and check. Those can research, bring things. Those can predict. Those can say something that will later happen. It's Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So when you see the Yoruba intellectuals on the social media, which Mazen call them the liar agents of Nigeria news, child Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Look at the way he dressed the social media of Nigeria agents, liars. And that is not what they are. That is what they are. Liars. We are coming to let the world know. Let EU, let Africans, let America, let UK, let entire Europe to understand that the sovereignty of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and what the Biafran is fighting is to save them in future. What Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is preventing, what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, what we as the Biafran people are looking for is to save Europe. Because the terrorists, the bandits, the kidnappers, the Lakarowa group, all the dead killer squad that want to make Nigeria a safe haven. You know, when they make Nigeria a safe haven, from there they can attack any country in the Europe. That's why we are calling on Europe to grant us international recognition very fast, so we can quench this fight that is going on. Because after they captured Nigeria and they have it on their own, they are looking for you people, not for us. Then they will from Nigeria be attacking all countries that they think that those countries are not in support of what they are doing. That is why we are calling on them to open their eyes and remove this politics, use the politics and the political movement, remove their eyes in that oil that is in our land. If they want the oil, let them come to us as the owner. We will give them with a better option. The oil that you are laying pipe from Okigwe to Europe, we are the owner of that oil. When you come to us, why our President Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that when Biafra regain their independence, that they are going to give many countries oil free. Why not give us recognition so we can give you the oil free? Why not support us so we can give you the oil free with our President Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because whatever he said, he must be fulfilled. Because the Biafra we are building is not to go and be looking for oil. We are building brain-based country. We are building brain-based country. That is what the Biafra people is about to build. That is what we are doing. We are people that if we believe in oil, maybe by now we'll be carrying gun and stay in Biafra land and be dragging it. Because of our life did not depend on oil. That is why we are in every world, hustling, working, obeying their laws, having their papers, their visas and everything, having their passport to make sure that we put everything in order. These are the things that we all must understand. What is that? I want the world to know that the solution we give them is everlasting solution. What is that solution? The declaration of United States of Biafra as a foreign country. That is the pure, legit what offer, solution to end what is happening in Nigeria and to end the mission of Usman dan Fodio, to end the Islamization of the indigenous people that are leading to their killings today. These are part of the things that the Europe must understand. These are part of the things that those who believe in equity, fairness, justice, equal rights must adhere to. The organizing United States of Biafra. If you want the mineral resources, go to our office, go to our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, sign a treaty, an agreement of what you want, discuss with her. She might grant you what you want, and what you want from you, give us recognition, give us your backup that we are a new country, then we move. Then we can be able to grant you all you needed. Then you also give us what we want, because it's trial by barter. That is politics, that is political. As we also pushing into diplomatic, like our DPM said it today clearly, the government, we know they are doing, but we must be triggering them, because in the bias na onye njayogo koye na alu yalu, which is true. So everything is happening now that Biafra is on the world stage. Now that issue of Mazankan is all the global news everywhere today. Now that the things are going on, that is why we are calling our government to do more, because time waits for nobody. When you do something very fast, then you will save somebody who wants to die. And I thank our DPM for letting us know that everything is in place very soon, more than 1 week or 2 weeks, that things might happen. That is the kind of government we need. Good evening from you. I can see on the comment section. Thank you for that comment. Nigeria and Britain government free the United States of Biafra government. Free the United States of Biafra government. President Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much. He is the president. All this name changes his status of the way that Nigerian government was arrested him as a common criminal, as a terrorist, as an insurgency, as a whatever they have they put and they called him. That is what ends. So we also calling on the Britain or UK or England. We are calling on America, we are calling on all the international community to see what is going on in Nigeria. Why the Biafran people say no, and why the quest of Biafra will not be arrested and use gun and ammunition to wipe away. It can't work. That is where they need to call their head down and find out, after 1960, why did the momentum of Biafra get to this level? Why? Why did the Biafra movement go to this level? That is why we know you don't kill ideology. That gun and bullets cannot stop it. Gun and bullet cannot do what? Can't stop it. Because you may check what has happened and what is going on. Then you may understand why I am sounding this way. Or that is what it is really. So, my people, we must do something on our own. Support the United States of Biafra as a foreign country. Support the movement. Support the new country with all you can. Defend this country anywhere you go. Because by doing that, you are mounting political pressure. By letting everyone to know what is going on, what is happening. Because all this that is happening, there is a reason. And that reason that are making them happening is what you and I must stand up to protect and defend it, which is the mandate of United States of Biafra as a foreign country or a new state that has emerged from November 29, 2024. That's when we merge. So we are going to give the international community some videos of what is going on as of today. Why we are calling to revoke the Nigeria mandate, Nigeria territorial integrity, that it doesn't want it. If you, the international community, are supporting Nigeria, that means you are happy and you also sponsoring the things that are going on in the indigenous people territory. If you are up to today supporting, that is why we are calling on you to revoke Nigeria mandate. Listen to this and say this. Oh, sorry, my people.
For sec. As I'm bringing out this update, very Nigerians. Early this morning, around 5:15 a.m. in the morning. Today's date is the 29th of October 2025, and also Wednesday. Early this morning, bandits stormed Na Alma. Na Alma is in Malumfashi local government area of Katsina State. They stormed that place this morning around 5:15 a.m. during Fajr prayer. They unalive people. When I mean unalive people, plenty people were unalived. Like they buy people there. They kidnap people. In fact, one
the world powers
trying to escape.
The international community, this is why we seek out.
And they tell you fact.
And the peace, this is where Nigeria said they have peace talk with these bandits, these Boko Harams. These people. After having that peace talk, this is 2 weeks of the peace talk now, and they have started wiping the indigenous people away. That is what the peace talk mean. For them to understand and reason together with those and to know those they are going to eliminate, for them to take over their ancestral homes. That is why we cannot condone this in our own, the Biafra. That is why we stood up. We have our army, have our police. They are only doing what? Under self-determination to defend our land and protect our properties, our mothers, our children, our uncles, our aunties, and our brothers. Without we having having our own country, we cannot protect our border. We are having a nuke to protect the border, so those that have entered in, we will give them chance to go out and lock our border. That is why everything is in between happening. So let nobody deceive you or let nobody confuse you. Rather, stand as we are calling on the international community. This is videos of killing and buying and gun and bullets. Is why with the Biafran people said no. We want to be where our life will be granted and be shorted. It's only Nigeria that they don't have all those things. But Biafra is bringing all those sweet things that you have missed in your life back. So because of the killing going on in the north, the Boko Haram, the bandits, they are the one doing. Then those that have been rehabilitated, they will send them in Biafra land, in our territory, like Soludo did. They will be killing our people by the Nigerian military. All the killing that happening in Biafra land is done by the Nigerian military. Because of what? They don't want us to leave. But we have decided to leave, and nobody will stop us.
Of October 2025, they beheaded him. Now, listen, the sad part of this thing is that this community, what they tell us, so this Na Alma community had a peace deal with bandits last week.
Do you hear that?
They had a peace deal with bandits just last week, and today they hit them this morning. In the morning, they hit them in the morning around 5:15 a.m. Go and verify. Nobody will tell you. No media will tell you this, but you know the story. English Alhaji, they for you. I got your back. If they hide them, I will bring her out. If they hide them, I will bring her out. No media will tell you. Nigerians, peace deal, not the work. As in peace deal, I'm trying to get the image of that man that was beheaded. If I get the image, I'll post it in my Telegram. I'll post the image in my Telegram. So if you don't have my Telegram, you need to go to the comment section and you'll get my Telegram link there. I said they beheaded that man. One man that was trying to escape, they caught him and beheaded him. Others were killed. That is, they unalived people. But no media will tell you. The media will not tell you this. You know the story. They will not tell you. But I'm telling you, if they hide them, me, I'm going to bring her out. You know the story. If they hide them, me, English Alhaji, will they bring her out? I'm going to bring her out. No media will tell you this. Go and verify.
International community.
Go verify. It happened this morning.
UN, EU, Africans.
Of October.
This is why this is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the president of Biafra, is fighting for us to be alive. For level of this killing
let them go there and
do not happen in our own land. That is why my Prime Minister, Man Simon, is fighting
see what is happening to
stop all that's going on in Nigeria. We did not ask them to answer their Nigeria. No, but we said we want to go where we can save our life because we value life.
Very fast. This one is fresh, undiluted, coming out from Katsina State.
Listen.
The home of former President Muhammadu Buhari. So, this one is it's a funny story though, but interesting as well. Now, see what happened. The village I'm taking you to now is Baban, they call it Babanduhu.
That is killing, and those that are killing people. And why UN, Donald Trump, Americans will listen to United States of Biafra as a new country is to put an end to all these pictures we are seeing. These people you are seeing here, they are the one killing the indigenous people because none of them is from our tribe. We don't have anything in common. From Senegambia, from Chad, from Niger, they enter because Nigeria does not control their border. Nobody is the border. Because of that, they come in. They want to occupy the land. And that is why when they kill, you will see their coding language. That is what we are hearing from them. Killing of the indigenous people, chasing them every day. Every day. So, we must know why we are opting out, why we exit Nigeria, why we exodus Nigeria. This is why, because of we want to be alive. We want to be alive. We don't want anybody to off our life. Like what is going on in Katsina, in every part of the north and middle belt and all over Nigeria as a country. That is why the Biafran who values life said no. We want to protect our life of our children, our born children, our mothers, our grandfathers, and our grandmothers, and our sisters, our aunties. That is why we are fighting. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because of that is why he's in the dungeon. When they kidnap him and keep him in this dungeon, the whole post of them, the service governors, the others, they now start the killing by themselves. Not the United States of Biafra. We don't kill anybody. We have everything which we need. Listen to this more. I see you about to share. You're welcome. Good evening.
Babanduhu community. That Babanduhu community.
We are calling America to hear this.
Local government of Katsina State, Nigeria. So this is what happened. Bandits kidnapped some villagers in that Babanduhu community. They kidnapped some villagers there and they took them into the bush. Then after some time, in retaliation, the villagers ganged up, they teamed up, including some local vigilante men, and they went after the bandit relative. So it was the bandit kidnapped their relative and took them to the bush to demand ransom. The villagers went after the bandit relative. So this is like, they know, you don't understand, they know themselves now. They know themselves. So the villagers went to kidnap the bandit relative and took them also to the bush. So the bandits and the villagers had to do trade by barter. Give me my brother, I give you your brothers. So after 3 days, after communication for 3 days or 4 days, the bandit had to release those villagers and give them 30,000 naira each for transport. Oh, this is Nigeria. Live and direct. Chine magana de naka umoku yezinna. One light line, one yashiga. So it's like these people know themselves. It's like this is like, you understand? So they took the.
We are playing these videos for the world to see why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is, because he believes that his coming out will end the impunity of Nigeria army in our land, in our own country, which happens to be United States of Biafra. That is why he's there fighting, refuse, even up to today. You can see when they're in a hurry to give him 6 days, he said he wants in the 30 days. My people, we are letting the world to know what we are passing through and what is going on. So they will know that we did not want them.
Me again now, or no, that
10 a.m.
So they will know that the Biafran people
guys
said we are not going to relent, that we are going to stop, but we are going to be alive. That the only way.
What I'm about to tell you now will shock you. It will shock you.
Hey.
So bring your chair, sit down. You know the story? Sit down. I know by now they will be like
The world, we are calling the world to know why they have to continuously listen to the Biafran government, why they have to approve all the documents that the government is signed as for Biafra to become a full country after our declaration. The document of our declaration is a legit document that leads to what? The international recognition. Because of everything that is happening, we have put them together and present to you. Are you going to deny the facts? So in the result of the killing, in the result of what is going on in Nigeria, we said no. And we are the solution to end all this. Because why is happening in Benue in some areas that the border was not protected? The border is porous, the border is open. So that is why these people are bringing, that's why the Nigerian government are the one bringing them in, because time of the late Bulgaria, he's the one that bring them to use them. That they refuse to go. Today, they have gained more ground. They are having peace talk with the communities, demanding how much they will be paid. That is what we are fighting, because if not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, cyber, our land could have also been in this mess today. When they find out that they cannot penetrate us, they use some rebel in our midst, like those IPOB One Nigeria. They use them. They use the fallback people. They use the CRC people to penetrate us. You know that you cannot come to where you don't know anybody and walk freely, except to try to use the people in that area to do something. That is what happened. So that map, that idea of Britain that made them to do the amalgamation, that is death sentence to the indigenous people. We are calling on them to understand that we, the Biafran people, are not going to die because of the Fulanese. And we will never give them our land because of Islamization, the agenda of the Osman Danfodio. When he captures Nigeria, he wants to use us from there, captures from Europe. We are calling on you who think that you are on the safer side to know that Biafra will stop the attack that are going to come to you in the next 10 years. It's very close. The killing is too much in Benue, in the north. They killed the real Hausas, who happen also to be the Muslim. They killed the Christians. These are those. They are killing the indigenous people. And that is why the people said no. That is what Mazi Kanu see come. He says no, that the only thing is to divide this enclave. To divide one Nigeria, which means death sentence to indigenous people. All the videos I'm playing here is happening to the indigenous people. Where you had it from this our brother also. The English are large. That's why I always you go make it. That's why it was his on ground. Because bringing the videos live the way it is and without sending words. So we are asking, we are pleading, we are begging, we are on our knees to ask the international global community save our life by like we have already saved our life, because the Bible or God says that God only help those who help themselves. God only help those who help themselves. We have helped ourselves by standing up and making our declaration on November 29, 2024 to end this, because if Nigeria is by every tribal line, all this ability will not happen. When you are there, you will protect your border for enemy not to enter, because of it's a compromised country. That is why every evil is happening in there. So we'll hold it here until we come back. The killing, when this present one happens today in Agonta, what happened there? They raped 13 years old girl and killed her. They raped her, a 13 years old. Who are those doing that one? You know them. These killers, these Fulani herdsmen, this terrorist group, this Boko Haram, these bandits, they are the one raping and killing inside bush. Imagine a 13 years old girl. You can see a picture here. They rape her, they kill her. This is what we don't want our children to experience in the future. America, England, London, whatever they may call you, the international community, UN, EU, we are calling on all of you to see this. 13 years, imagine this happened to your daughter, and you are a member of UN, you are a member of the international global community, and this is happening. What will happen to you? Oh, because of it's not happening to you, that is why you don't care. The life does not matter. What matters to you is the money you are making from Nigeria. But the owners of the land, the owners of that money you are making are dying, raping inside bush and offering their life. Is it the best thing you can do? This is what is going on. That we want the world to know that we, the Biafran people, we cannot condone this. A lot of things are going on. What the Fulanis are doing. The small boys that Nigeria recruited, they will go inside someone's farm, cut all the crops, all the maize, use it and feed their farm. When you come to talk, they will kill you. That is what we are passing through. So we will hold it here, like I said. We are going to go into our normal way of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refusing. Let us see. He's refusing. This is part 2 of it today. Now that he refused to defend himself, and also refused to accept any offer of releasing him on condition. But he release must be unconditionally. That is only when they won't go after him. And releasing him also is proving that Biafra is a country right now that will have a new country, because he's a president of a new country. We must move. We must move.
That is a highly insightful question, and the answer is a resounding yes. The refusal of a jailed leader to accept conditional release is not just a personal act of defiance, it is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country. This action transforms the leader's imprisonment into a source of immense international pressure and moral clarity for the independence movement. How refusal leads to international recognition. The jailed leader's refusal provides 2 critical benefits for the movement's diplomatic efforts: moral leverage and political clarity. 1. Moral leverage, creating an international spectacle. By refusing a deal, the leader forces the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a globally recognized symbol of oppression. Elevates the cause to a human rights issue. A state's denial of freedom to a peaceful leader, or one acting for self-determination, for refusing to compromise on a national ideal, is a profound violation of human rights. This attracts the attention of NGOs, the UN Human Rights Council, and humanitarian organizations. Fuels sanctions and isolation, the arresting power is forced to bear the international shame of keeping a moral authority figure jailed. This makes it politically easier for other countries, especially Western democracies, to impose economic sanctions, arms embargoes, and cultural boycotts on the detaining state. This pressure becomes a key negotiating tool for the independence movement. The unwavering symbol, the leader's sacrifice, is a constant visible reminder to the international community that the new country's declaration of independence is legitimate and non-negotiable. The sight of a leader choosing prison over a compromise deal prevents international actors from pressuring the movement into accepting a lesser status, such as simple autonomy. 2. Political clarity, establishing an alternative authority. The refusal clarifies the political landscape, making it easier for third-party states to recognize the new government. Identifies the true negotiator. The refusal demonstrates that the jailed leader or their designated party holds the only credible mandate from the people. Any negotiation with the former sovereign that excludes or ignores the leader is seen as illegitimate by the world. This compels international actors to acknowledge the independence movement as the necessary, future negotiating partner. Solidifies the goal. International recognition often requires certainty about the new entity's future. The leader's refusal eliminates ambiguity. The goal is not reform, but sovereignty. This clear position simplifies the diplomatic choice for other nations, providing the political justification needed to extend formal de jure legal recognition. Key historical example, Nelson Mandela. The experience of Nelson Mandela in South Africa perfectly illustrates this strategy. Year. Government offer. Mandela's refusal. International impact. 1985. President P.W. Botha offers to release Mandela if he renounces violence and the armed struggle of the ANC. Mandela publicly refuses, stating, "Only free men can negotiate. I cannot and will not give any undertaking at a time when I and my people are not free." This dramatic refusal instantly intensified the international anti-apartheid movement, accelerated the push for global sanctions and divestment, and solidified Mandela as the only credible voice for the majority of South Africans. Mandela's choice to remain imprisoned, over compromising the struggle, provided the ultimate moral and political leverage that eventually forced the apartheid regime to negotiate the unconditional end of its rule and the full recognition of a new, democratic state. In short, by refusing the conditional release, the leader sacrifices their personal freedom to guarantee the political integrity of the national goal, thereby increasing the international community's willingness to grant recognition. Would you like to know more about the typical legal requirements for a new state to gain international recognition?
Yes, we are going to know more. Let's play it again so you can hear it before we start our analysis.
That is a highly insightful question, and the answer is a resounding yes. The refusal of a jailed leader to accept conditional release is not just a personal act of defiance, it is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country. This action transforms the leader's imprisonment into a source of immense international pressure and moral clarity for the independence movement. How refusal leads to international recognition. The jailed leader's refusal provides two critical benefits for the movement's diplomatic efforts: moral leverage and political clarity. 1. Moral leverage, creating an international spectacle. By refusing a deal, the leader forces the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a globally recognized symbol of oppression. Elevates the cause to a human rights issue. A state's denial of freedom to a peaceful leader, or one acting for self-determination, for refusing to compromise on a national ideal, is a profound violation of human rights. This attracts the attention of NGOs, the UN Human Rights Council, and humanitarian organizations. Fuels sanctions and isolation. The arresting power is forced to bear the international shame of keeping a moral authority figure jailed. This makes it politically easier for other countries, especially Western democracies, to impose economic sanctions, arms embargoes, and cultural boycotts on the detaining state. This pressure becomes a key negotiating tool for the independence movement. The unwavering symbol, the leader's sacrifice, is a constant visible reminder to the international community that the new country's declaration of independence is legitimate and non-negotiable. The sight of a leader choosing prison over a compromise deal prevents international actors from pressuring the movement into accepting a lesser status, such as simple autonomy. 2. Political clarity, establishing an alternative authority. The refusal clarifies the political landscape, making it easier for third-party states to recognize the new government. Identifies the true negotiator. The refusal demonstrates that the jailed leader or their designated party holds the only credible mandate from the people. Any negotiation with the former sovereign that excludes or ignores the leader is seen as illegitimate by the world. This compels international actors to acknowledge the independence movement as the necessary future negotiating partner. Solidifies the goal. International recognition often requires certainty about the new entity's future. The leader's refusal eliminates ambiguity. The goal is not reform, but sovereignty. This clear position simplifies the diplomatic choice for other nations, providing the political justification needed to extend formal de jure legal recognition. Key historical example, Nelson Mandela. The experience of Nelson Mandela in South Africa perfectly illustrates this strategy. Year. Government offer. Mandela's refusal. International impact. 1985. President P.W. Botha offers to release Mandela if he renounces violence and the armed struggle of the ANC. Mandela publicly refuses, stating, "Only free men can negotiate. I cannot and will not give any undertaking at a time when I and my people are not free." This dramatic refusal instantly intensified the international anti-apartheid movement, accelerated the push for global sanctions and divestment, and solidified Mandela as the only credible voice for the majority of South Africans. Mandela's choice to remain imprisoned, over compromising the struggle, provided the ultimate moral and political leverage that eventually forced the apartheid regime to negotiate the unconditional end of its rule and the full recognition of a new, democratic state. In short, by refusing the conditional release, the leader sacrifices their personal freedom to guarantee the political integrity of the national goal, thereby increasing the international community's willingness to grant recognition. Would you like to know more about the typical legal requirements for a new state to gain international recognition?
We are asking and leaving it open for more to be given to us. I hope you followed me. Please, if it's your first time coming, for you to like the program, you will see a 3 dots in front of your right eyes, top of your screen. Click on that 3 dots, it will open, you will see like and share. When you share, subscribe to the YouTube page, so you will know when we are live and we are direct. So please like and share so this message can go viral. For you to know why the president is refusing a lot of things, a lot of offer. Because he knows the game. Because he started it and he know what he started. He is not somebody who want to start something that he don't know how to accomplish it. So I want to see the part of things that are keeping him there and why he's still there. And why he's still fighting. Why he was beating his country that is his right except for Biafra. You had a little bit of Mandela. So as we are going in, we are going to be discussing it more and more, and you may understand. So now as we are going in, our line is open in case if you want to call, maybe those on the homeland before you want to go to bed, if based on what you have had so far, if you want to call to make any suggestion, you are free to call. The line is open right now. So in case anyone who wants to call or you want to ask a question, remember that our election is going on in Old Anambra, in the 3 states that makes University of Biafra 40 states. Election is going on in Odimegwu, Ikemba, and the Omambala. These are 3 states that are conducting their governor and their deputy election. So you may join. If you never cast your vote, ask me the link through your WhatsApp number. I will send you the link so you can be able to vote. This first vote is for every Biafran. Once you are from 18 years and above, the election is for you. Choose one of those states. Vote for only for one state, because if you vote for one, you will not vote for another person, another one. So these are things that are going on to make your government legit and seek to prove that that when you do that, you are helping the government to answer a question that from the international community are asking. Do you have a permanent population? They will say the population is the one that has casted their vote. They will say that this population is the one that have casted their vote. See, do not mind those lies they are dishing out there. The only way you see our people debunking those lies is for you, but not for the international global community. It is for you who want to have doubting mind to know that this is a pure lie. The international global community, that are given international recognition understand that when a new country is being declared, there must be saboteurs, rebel everywhere. There must be those who want to hijack the power. How do you know them? They are those who will be kicking against the declaration and kicking against the government that is handling the affairs of their people. I hope you are understanding something. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understand exactly what he's about to do. Do you understand the importance of the vote in the homeland? If you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you love Simon Ekpa, there is only one government, led by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, our DPM, Chief of Staff. There is only one government, no other one. And when the countries that we are talking about to grant us international recognition, they said that they can only organize a nation who happen to be a new country, not a group of people. They are not going to recognize a group in the name of country. Hey. They will not. Once a country is being declared, when the international global community come in to assist us to lead finally the international recognition, they are not going to look for CRC or fallback. No. They are going to look for United States of Biafra. That is the one that they are going to look for. And this is their existing protocol that they are not going to jump because of the IPOB. No. Because of the fallback. No. Because of the having Dr. Pilot. No. Because of the having the RCC. No. All these groups are functions that are one problem to escalate everywhere. They don't have a mission of what they want. Because when you have a mission of what you are doing, the mission is to end that thing. Like when you have the mission is being accomplished, it's been accomplished. So the Biafran people now that have accomplished our declaration, now that we are doing our first voting, have you voted? The vote is very simple. Sit in your room, use your phone, do the voting and stay on your own. You are not putting your picture either. In case they will use their picture, going to the police, will say, look at him, he voted. No. And the voting document is on the safer hand. Forget that shenanigan that is going on. The global community understand our predicament. They understand the level of what we are passing through and where we are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refusing to accept any offer, political, for Nigeria to release. So let it be that Nigeria is one who released him. Even if they are going to release him, it's going to be unconditionally. I want to understand one thing. Now that Biafra has been declared, if you declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, automatically he becomes the president of Biafra. And why you have to address him that way? Because that name changes a lot of things. And that name draw attention. These are why it is very imperative for you to adhere and so continuously supporting United States of Biafra.
That is a highly insightful question, and the answer is a resounding yes. The refusal of a jailed leader to accept conditional release is not just a personal act of defiance, it is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country.
I hope you are hearing. And the answer is resounding yes. The refusal of a jail leader, a jail president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to accept conditional release is just a personal act of defense It is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country called United States of Biafra. You know, some people did not even understand this declaration. And some people did not understand what is going on. That's why I use this word. If you never play, you can't grow up. Because they didn't born you with grow up. When you grow. Life is like play. Like play of protests and all the awareness. Today we have a country. Like play, people will not believe it, that the only thing I'm looking for now is what is called an international recognition. They may not understand it. So when you see all the things that is happening, know that the international recognition is drawing very near because of the things that is going on right now. The refusal of Mazi Nnamdi, the prime minister, the refusal of the president Mazi Nnamdi Kanu coming out from this dungeon. Oh, he has just come outside. His refusal, that's not I'm again. No, it is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country. As Mazi Kanu refused to come outside, for those who are calling him, sign and come outside. Oh, do the other one. You are not helping. Rather, you are destroying the people's mind. Because if you want us to get international recognition, do you think that, oh, only the declaration is okay? No. The declaration is a step, a very hard work for us to go and seek official international recognition. Because when we go down now, then you understand. You know, have family, this is what we are trying to educate ourselves. When he refused, he did not refuse because of his happy be in DSS dungeon or coming to court. No. He refused for him to get what he's looking for, like Nelson Mandela, like Rahman of Bangladesh, like Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, like Gandhi of India. So you may know that he's not just like to be there. He's been there for Biafra to become a fully recognized country in the eyes, in the ear, from the mouth of the international global communities. Remember that our line is open in case if you want to call.
This action transforms the leader's imprisonment into a source of immense international pressure and moral clarity for the independence movement.
Do you hear that? Our declaration and for him not to be refused to accept any offer. These actions transform the leader imprisonment into a securing of immense international pressure and the moral criteria for the independency movement to get international recognition. Try to understand the point that is into all this. Try to understand the value. Try to understand the benefits. That is what we are bringing to you. So you may know why that he's not coming, he's refusing, his refusal to receive any offer from the hands of government, so refuse to open defense and taking all those time. It is simply mean that in the heart of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president, he is working with the government. If you are listening to our DPM, not physically, no, you know that the spiritual control the physical. So the spiritual that is in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working with Dr. Ngozi Orebeze and the United States of Biafra government. That is why he was asking for 3 months. So before that 3 months, we might get the international recognition and the sympathy or pity to the international community to ask him to go and give us recognition as Biafra as a country. That is what is playing out. And this is how it is, my people. This is how what it is. So there is some things that when you see them happening, lie low, check very well. Why is such a thing is happening? So if the refusal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will did not aid in securing international recognition for the new country. Who is this new country? The country of United States of Biafra government. Now that we are no longer into armed struggle, or just put it in brackets. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the prime minister of United States of Biafra, they all understand this. They have all observed it. They have all understand it. They do everything in their own time to research and get all these things ready. That is why he's not panicking. That is why he's not begging to come outside. That is why these days he puts Nigerian government in a stage of quagmire, in a stage of a very big confusion that he has created. I am not defending. I have seen my lawyer, my documents. I don't have any case. You see? So let us know the real value and the benefit of it. We move.
How refusal leads to international recognition. The jailed leader.
Remember, how refusal lead to international recognition. How Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refuse all the promise Megoria, all the negotiation, all the things that the Nigerian government are bringing, both the Southeast governors and SND who ask him to stop about this Biafra thing, that he will be a free man forever. Anything he wants, they are going to give it to him. Let me just mention it. He says no. Now, the no of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how refusal lead to international recognition is in what we are going to look at it very well. So please pay attention.
His refusal provides 2 critical benefits for the movement's diplomatic efforts: moral leverage and political clarity.
For those who are shouting, Ngozi Orebeze bụ politics, ọ bụ onye People's Club, do you see it here? The jail that refusing provide 2 criteria benefits for the movement: diplomatic effort, moral leverage, and the political words clarity. Everything to restore a new country is politics. If they know that it's not politics, they could have not be able in the first place submit a law or criteria that govern or protect a new country also, and what they do. I hope you are listening. Please like and share as you come. Like and share the program as you come. I see Nna Mejo, you are welcome. I see Chukwubunwigbe. Thank you. I see you, Epem, you are welcome. Please like and share as you come. Let us do something for ourselves this evening. Obinna Young, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Listen to this again. Listen. Yes, the refusal of jail leader the refuse of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepting any offer from the hands of Nigeria for him to be released. So him to be released, unconditionally released, is not just a personal act of defiance. It is a powerful political strategy that significantly aid in securing international recognition for the new country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refusing to be released, refusing to accept political solution, refuse to accept legal release, refuse all these things is that is significantly aiding and also what in securing international recognition for a new country called United States of Biafra, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the president. Are you following? Remember this. Remember where we are. How refusing leads to international recognition. That is the headline we are going into. The jail leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is kidnapped, refused provide two criteria benefit for the movement, diplomatic effort, like our DPM said today, diplomatic effective, moral leverage, and the political criteria. Do you see things that the international community said? This is what, when he refused, what is the benefit? What is the value? From yesterday or from 3 days ago, between the danger and the value you are hearing, which one are you encouraging him to do is the question. Moral leverage, creating an international what? Listing.
1. Moral leverage, creating an international spectacle. By refusing a deal, the leader forces the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a globally recognized symbol of oppression, elevates the cause to a human rights issue, a state's denial of freedom to a peaceful leader.
Let's hold it here, so you may understand. We are taking it gradually. By refusing a deal from the hands of Nigeria or even Britain, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president, refusing any deal. The prime minister refusing any deal from Finland and Nigeria. The leader forced the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a global recognized symbol of what? Oppressors. Also, him to be there is giving Nigeria a bad name. Today, when they talk about the cleaning going on in Nigeria, are you not hearing them also talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra? Are you not hearing it? The leader forced the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a global recognition symbol of oppressor. I hope now you are seeing the value and the benefit. What is your advice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What is your thoughts? It is very important that you know what is to come. Elevated the cause to the human rights issues. The cause will be lifting up into the human rights issues. What are these human rights issues? Listen.
Or one acting for self-determination.
A state dealing denial of freedom took a peaceful leader or one act of self-determination for refusing to compromise on a national idea is a provider. That national ideas are what has provided. Let us listen.
For refusing to compromise on a national ideal is a profound violation of human rights. This attracts the attention of NGOs, the UN Human Rights Council, and
Do you hear those that his refusal will draw attention to. That is why UN has started talking about our President Nnamdi Kanu. That is why in EU they are talking about it. That is why in Adi Burkina Faso summit they are talking about Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra. Even in Addis Ababa in South Africa, the World Congress they hold there, they also talk about our problems. Who is causing it? The refusal of Mazen Kanu accepting any offer from Nigeria is triggering right now, is mounting what? The international pressure to Nigerian government to see how corrupt they are. So, when we sit on our own, it's good when you have Mazen Kanu, it's good for him to come outside, for him to not die. But he will not die because Nelson Mandela did not die when he was fighting against the apartheid regime. He did not die. Everything will come to normal. That is what I want you to understand. On here, let us continue. Or one act of self-determination to refuse to compromise. That because that he refused to compromise, because when he accepted the peace deal that Wazwika accepted, Mazen Kanu has done what? Mazen Kanu has compromised, and the Biafran spirit might leave him, because this spirit follows who respect it and who observe every timeline and who understand the sign that is happening. On a national idea is a profound valuation of human rights. This attracts the attention of NGO, the UN Human Rights Council, and the humanitarian organization. Do you see Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? This is happening because of a new country has been declared. That is what gives him the value and the honor. Not that his refusal, not that he's refusing to accept any offer. That is why they are doing everything within their power. But we, the Biafran people, do you understand why he refused to accept? Because one, the international global community who put this in for us here, we say that your leader compromised. That is why he released. So if our freedom will come next year, he's not going to come and wait for next 10 years. These are the things that we all need to know. These are the major areas that need to be treated. Let our people know why. So, all this NGO is to do what? To help, to solicit for what? Our recognition after our declaration. Because it is the declaration first before the recognition. So now that we are asking for that recognition, we are asking the world to look at our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. For roughly 5 years, has been kidnapped, tortured, with abuse of inhuman treatment, and keep him in this dungeon for 5 years now. And you all know what he's fighting for. What he's fighting for is what? To Biafra to become what? A country. And we have achieved that already. We have done what? We have achieved that already. So, everything that Mazen Kanu is going through, he understands the level, the criteria, the predicaments that follows it. That is why he's our Deputy Prime Minister, Doctor, Chief of Staff, Ngozi Oraboeze. Airborne as we move. So, my people, where we are, I hope you are paying attention, because I am from different opinion. That is why maybe many people do not like to watch my program or subscribe on my YouTube, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I am bringing to those who believe and those who want to know for us to educate ourselves. So when you come outside, you will know what to talk. When somebody asks you why this area refused to come outside, you can be able to use all this to defend why he's not coming. And when you defend, you are on the better and the right side, more than those who did not search or who was not there when it's being given. So the people of Biafra must support our President Mazen Nandeka through our prayers, and also support the government for them to push very fast and get documents that will lead to our international recognition. Please, it is very, very imperative. It is what? Very, very imperative. So please, our number to call is +9 7 3 3 6 0 5 1 3 3 7 if you want to call. Repeat it again. +9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 3 7. That is the number in case anyone who wants to call. That's the number you can call. Then you'll be able to get me to submit your own submission into what we're doing, or what you understand that is playing out, and why we are doing what we are doing. Because we will not stop it halfway. Our leader can never accept any condition. No, and no pressure. Do you see him as someone who is under pressure, right, for him to come outside? No. And also, I told you that it's a high time you remove emotion from the movement. Then you understand everything clearly. When you look at everything that is going on and how the words are turning out in our favor right now, then you may understand that Biafra is here. You may understand clearly that Biafra has been declared, that Biafra have a government, and the government are in charge, doing what a government is supposed to do. A group of people cannot call for a vote in Biafra land. It must be government of the new country. And you can see governments calling for the what? Election is going on in Biafra land. Precisely in old Anambra happened to be Ikemba, Odimegwu, and Omambala. These people, these three states are doing their early voting. For us to know that Biafra will give you that offer that you have never had in life. Are you following? That Biafra will give you that offer that you have been seeking, that refused to come. You must continue. This attracted the attention of the NGO, the UN Human Rights Council, and the Human Rights Organization. His refusal. Today is getting to that place. Are they not start talking right now? Because of the refusal of Mazen Nandekano. It draws the attention of the world about Biafra, because they knew that when they call him a separatist, that he's fighting for a new country, but the new country was not declared. Then after the new country was declared, what happens next? To seek for an international recognition that are going to stop the impunity and chase Nigeria away in our land. This is what we almost understand.
Humanitarian organizations. Fuel sanctions and isolation. The arresting power is forced to bear the international shame of keeping a moral authority figure jailed. This makes it politically easier for other countries, especially Western democracies, to impose economic sanctions, arms embargoes, and cultural boycotts on the detaining state.
I hope you are following. The full sanction and the solution and isolation. The arresting power is forced to bear their internal shame of keeping a moral authority figure in jail. Do you hear this particular place? that keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with the power of force from Nigeria, when court discharge him, they will say no. When it will happen, they will say no. Listen, the world is not just free like that way that people are seeing it. It's not like that way. The arresting power is forced to bear the international chain of keeping moral authority figure in jail. Who is that? The president of United States of Biafra government, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is the one they are telling you here that all this thing is to drag Nigeria into mess, and we have put their name. Because why I said A is what? Because we don't understand what is there. But now that we have a chance to understand it, please pay attention. Because me sometimes when I'm doing this, I will shout. So this thing is here. And we have been suffering since all these years. If we were supposed to do another different thing, listen to this. It is very, very important. So Nigeria right now, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the many foreign countries are telling him, we have sent message, we have sent a letter, we have sent email to you, release him, and you refuse. They will censure and place embargo on Nigeria, and by cause of this that happened for Nigeria. So this makes it a political easy for other countries, especially Western democracy, to impose economic sanction on Nigeria because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and refusing that Biafra is a country. Armed embassy, armed embargo, and the what? By courts of the 10 states. That is why there is a time of South Africa and Namibia. The time that South Africa refused, they placed embargo on South Africa. They even revoked their territorial integrity from the membership of UN, and they dismissed them into every group removed this South Africa is seeing today. And when that happened to them, what happened? They turned everything upside down. What happened? It triggers to the recognition. Because the international community has sanctioned them, both economy. If they're having business with America, America will call that business. If they're happening with this one will call the business. So all these things are what? The international pressure. So for we that believe in the United States of Biafra government, that is why we are trying to get those things that are going to put us in confusion for us to know before the time comes. So we may understand the importance of what we are doing. We may understand it. Let's continue. Western democracy to impose economic sanction, embargo, and the boycott of the 10 states. So when the international community now they are coming, they have been telling Nigeria, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, releasing Mazi Kanu, that is not the right time to release him. He wants to be released when he can achieve it. With all this is going on, and now African people are telling you that Biafra issue is no longer internal affair of Nigeria. Rather, it's a call that is a something that call need attention to be addressed. I hope you understand it. And who are they going to address? Government, not group, not individuals. These are the procedure. These are the criteria. And they will be coming one after the other. They are not going to come boom. No. They will come one after the other to us. So it's a matter of you and I to exercise more patience to the government. When we exercise our patience, then they will also be doing the needful. But we must be gingering them up. We must not leave them because they are also human. Everybody needed what? support to get to where we are going. So the international global community, as they are down in Nigeria having videos checking, very soon, the story we hear about Nigeria is going to be what? A sad one. What is the sad one? It's not from the Biafra people, but from the Nigerian people. Because they are the one right now making us, or letting the world to know what's going on. Because all this Al Jazeera, all this AITV, all this NTN, all this, none of them will carry it. Our people. Because that is a lie agency. According to Mazen Nandekano. They are what? They are lying agency. What they are doing is only what we favor their masters who are paying them money. Well, we can also boycott election that is coming in Anambra through Hope, through Solun Sobu in old Anambra. For him to knew that keeping those people there will not stop Biafra. The way we have already exist from Nigeria and have our own country that we called United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024, that the Biafran people stood up and make a declaration in Lati, Helsinki, Finland, where we gathered with our delegates, where we can be safe and be fighting. So, my people, you can see why Mazen Nandekano's refusal is bringing the Biafran topic in the global war stage, and also including the work of our DPM and the cabinet members of the government. They are all doing awesome. They are all doing a wonderful job. That is why you are seeing everything playing out the way it's playing out today. Biafra to the world. I hope you understand it clearly. What we are now is what? Biafra to the world. Are you not seeing that on your own? That is where we are. The topic of the world now is what? Biafra, 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 everywhere, all around. So, it is very imperative that we all know the value of what Mazen Nandekano is suffering on our behalf. That will triggers you to go and support the government so much, as everything is working in between and inclusive of all happen to be the multiple dimension. Okay. We must preach and bring all these evidences and reminding EU, reminding UN that Mazen Nandekano has been incarceration in DSS dungeon for good 5 years. Because of what? And when they treated him like a common criminal. The same as Mazen Nandekano assignment by the Prime Minister, who was arrested illegally in the Finland, who he has been served all his life. Also become a member of the Finland Reserve Military. And Finland, because of the gas, because of the oil, they have the audacity, the temerity to do what they did, but they will pay it back in the due time. So, my people, have you seen the value? Like I said, we'll make it part 2. I said, have you seen the value of Mazen Nandekano rejecting any offer from the hands of the Nigerian government? Have you? I thought by now you could have seen it and embrace him, and also letting the government to know that they are the one that we are holding, please. They are the one we are holding our government to move all out, like what DPM said today on S handle, that the governments are doing everything in between to free Mazen Nandekano forever and ever. And I say, may Elohim bless that. Let's go, Kabiama. He said, let Elohim grant all these wishes. Let it be something that is here with us. So we can be able to have a free life with our own people that know the value of blood that is thicker than water. That is what these Fulanese are wasting anyhow. That is why we said, no, I am not going to be like they will behead me. Once they kill, they behead also. So, the community, the international global community, we are calling, if this thing that here is what you program for a new country, please, we have overmet those things. Give us international recognition and let's free our leader. Let us free our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free the prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. These are the people that are in the front. That Nigeria government are paying money to silence their voice. Like even also sometimes YouTube also, we like to do their own. So we are calling up all of you that we are here only to make that we put things right and lecture ourselves on things that we might be lacking. And when we go to social media, we might be saying what we think that is all. No. Where the things that will lead us to this international recognition are very far from us, but it is very close. It's a matter of time. It is what? Matter of what? Time. That is what it is. So, this pressure becomes a key negotiation tool for the independence movement. I told yesterday that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the tool that we are going to use to negotiate from the hands of Nigeria, unless they use the pressure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, discharge him and acquit him, and do not go to his house for the second time again. Because despite that, they have their plan, but he always turned them down. So, everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going through is for you and I, and also the government, for them to be legit and get their own international recognition. That is the most very important areas that calls for an answer, that call for attention, that we all must know. The things that we have to know, we must know them. Because nothing is free. I said what? Nothing is free. Everything that is coming, everything that we are going to see, that's why I told you, there is no shortcut to have a freedom of a new country. And they don't use emotion to fight a new country. So, my people, the Biafran people, I hope you are understanding something. The pressure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being incarceration, that is the pressure you are seeing today that are triggering the international global community. Start talking. Even Africa, even Ibrahim Traore Bianisi, anywhere he goes, he talks about Biafra. Dr. Masanga, these are those who support what we are doing also, but you're waiting until they come and announce it for you. The government has their way to not expose all they are planning to do. So the enemies will not go and scatter it. Like when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, a time will come when the Biafra people will give a mandate to form a government or to make a declaration. He said that if he said how it's going to be, that the enemies will scatter it. That is what Batobi took all of them on our way. Before they will know it, declaration has happened. They never knew, understand it. A declaration with a legal document. One, it is the truth that will set us free. And the way we are doing our own, we're supposed to do on this social media where we are. Please like and share the program. Please like, share. Also put your comment for me to know that you are, some people are still here. That's what I'll ask question. Are we still here, my people? Remember, I told that our phone number is +97366051337. That is the number to call. Only on WhatsApp. Or are we tired to listen? My people, are we tired? Are we tired to listen this evening or this night? Depending on your time and your location. Are you tired of hearing what we are doing. If you are tired, I want to see on the comment section, please. If you want us to continue to finish this document, this particular one this night, then comments so we can know that some people are here and listening to us. Then, non-negotiation. If people know what Mazen Kano stand for, then they will know. The unwavering symbol, the leader sacrifice is cannot visible, reminding to the international community that the new country declaration of independence is legitimate and non-negotiation. Are you following?
Pressure becomes a key negotiating tool for the independence movement. The unwavering symbol, the leader's sacrifice, is a constant visible reminder to the international community that the new country's declaration of independence is legitimate and non-negotiable. The sight of a leader choosing prison over a compromise deal prevents international actors from pressuring the movement into accepting a lesser status, such as simple autonomy. 2. Political clarity.
No, let's hold it here first. We have a long way to go. The unwavering symbol, the leader sacrifice is a constant, visible, reminding to the international community that Mazen Kano stand strong and remain there. That is part of the things that are triggering all the words, all the talk you're hearing in the world right now about Biafra. That is it. You had it here, not from me. Are we under attack? I can't see any message. Let me check something, please, my people. So you, as we are playing, as we are moving, then you are seeing everything that is happening. Why the value is top notch. Whereas Mazen Kano being there will help us to get all that we are seeking for. That is it. So that is why we all have to respect his opinion and what he's doing. It is very imperative we do so. Listen to this. To the international community, that the new country declaration of independence is legitimate because of our leader is still with us. If our leader sign and they come out and close his mouth, is making the new country look lesser in the eyes of the international global community. I hope you are listening. Is making our country, it's not that we are not legitimate, but once the leader still stand on his words, is making the movement of the people legitimate and they are doing the right thing. So, it's also proved that the legitimate and non-negotiable of Mazen Nnamdi Okukan and Simon Ekpa is everything to us. The sight of a leader choosing prison over compromise deal prevents international act from pressurizing the movement into accepting a lesser status such as simple autonomy. We said no. Are we looking for autonomy? The answer is no. We are looking for an outright new country. So, into what we are looking for, an outright country. Mazen Kano refusing to sign or to, they said that they ended to choosing prison over compromising deal. Over what? Over compromising deal. Then you may understand why he don't want to Mazen Kano refused to be compromised. He refused to be what? To be compromised. That is why he refused any offer coming from Nigeria. And now that this thing is also proving that he refused to be compromised, and you're asking him to sign and come outside. So you want him to be compromised. That's why I told you that where we are now is no longer the way we reason, the way we are reasoning. We must upgrade the way we are reasoning and things we do. We must do that. Because by doing that, the international community coming across our platform, we know that we understand what we are doing, and we that also supporting the government are not just supporting, that we know the value of our words, our declaration, our leader, our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the prime minister, Simon Ekpa-Njoko. All these things is gearing towards what their delay, the tension they are into is gearing towards our international recognition. You have had it here today. So I am not making any story. The question you may ask again, when the international global community come, are they going to leave a country and go and negotiate with a group? Whereas here they are telling you that they don't want to give a recognition to a country the leader was resigned because of his selfish interest to be released, to have a freedom. But for him to resist the oppressors and continue be choosing prison, it means that he's not compromised and it is unnegotiable. That's all. Look at it. It is unnegotiable, non-negotiable. The word understand it. And that unnegotiable leads to international recognition. And they do not accept, like when they told him, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can try him. You can go with your 5 Igbo states or say go to hell with 5 Igbo states. I am not a tribal person. I am not fighting for 5 states. I am fighting out of every indigenous who believe or who fought in 1967 to 1970 before the amalgamation. There is a territory before then. That is why he's refusing. Now you can see that all this that he's refusing is for our own benefit. Also, to the benefit to the government of United States of Biafra as a new country. Are you following? I don't know whether are we still here? Are we still listening? No, I will disappear because here is not talking about other Rama. It might cause some people to disappear. We want to where we will go and be talking the way we are talking, and reasoning the way we are reasoning. We don't like to change from listen to here and listen to here, listen to everywhere to make up everything so you will know exactly what you are doing. Number 2. We are going to number 2.
Establishing an alternative authority. The refusal clarifies the political landscape, making it easier for third-party states to recognize the new government.
Who are these third states? Those that we are calling to come and give us recognition. The refusal clarify the political landscape, making it easier for third-party states to recognize the new country government. Who are these third states or third party? Any other country in Africa, any other country in the Europe, in Asia that want to recognize as a new country, they are the third party. And who are they going to recognize? A country like them. A president will spoke to the president of a country. A prime minister will spoke to the prime minister of a country. A deputy prime minister will spoke. Oh, this is how it goes. When the leaders are not there, happens to the chief of staff, who happens to be the surrogate, who happens to be the deputy prime minister is there. She is the one to discuss. And you know things. What is only thing that the government is discussing is what? The international recognition that they need to grant us for us to go and chase these invaders away in our land. These are the truths that call for an answer that we all must understand. So we must continue. I hope you see how the political. Do you see that everything politics is involved? That's why I told you that for us to have Biafra, Mazen Kanu is a politician, true or false. Obatobi, Simon Njoko is what? A politician. If you are not a politician, you cannot talk about freedom of a new country. This is the pure truth that we all must understand. So when you see those who think that what they know is the best, when something happens, you come across something, you find out that we are not the best. Rather, we are even just making mockery of ourselves. Listen. Now, refusal of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu get us all the making it easier for third party states to recognize the new country government state. This is how it goes. I told you, when your father is alive, when a stranger or a friend of your father come, he will ask about your father, follow him talk. But your father is not there, he will leave without coming down from the motor or from the motorcycle he comes with. That is how this thing that we are doing it is. That's why sometimes I will bring all these little sense to add on it. Do you see why everything is important? Do you see why you not just, oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is him? Come outside, this and that. Oh, it's not like that. He is the main key that leads to the international organization. He is the main key that the world will focus on, and that's what we want. The Bible says, "Na rube arashanto." Ana esi na rube megen arashanto. Ọ na-eme ọ bụrụ na onye eze ma ọ ifie king chirashanto. Ora ube ora haru arashagonto now. This is how those things work. Because when you know all these parts, then your prayer should be for him to be strong. Not ask him to come outside. No, that could not be the case. The case is what? For him to be strong and push more. That's why Mazen can understand all this. That is why he told that his death will bring Biafra so quicker. But we don't want that. We wish him to be alive. We want him to be alive with us, so he can see, enjoy all the suffering of his life, of his days of life, because of I hope you are there with us. He needs to be here with us. He needs to be here with us.
Identifies the true negotiator.
Identify the true negotiator. To identify the true negotiator, listen.
Refusal demonstrates that the jailed leader or their designated party holds the only credible mandate from the people. Any negotiation with the former sovereign that excludes or ignores the leader is seen as illegitimate by the world. This compels international actors to acknowledge the independence movement as the necessary future negotiating partner.
Do you hear something? The refusal demonstrates that the jail leader or the only credible mandate from the people. Now, on a go see our declaration prove that now the mandate is what the people has given to the government to make a declaration. Then, on the day of making that declaration, is also give the mandate to the people to seek for its international recognition, international release, and all what's known. Any negotiation within the former sovereignty that exclude or ignore the leader, again, Any negotiation within the former sovereignty that including or ignore the leader is seen as what? As an insult in the eyes of the world. That is why Obatobie told you that he's not going to negotiate anything with Nigeria. Do you see where the word is coming from? Obatobie told us bluntly that he's not going to negotiate anything. That they need to this man and the kind of he's the one to he will see then him will see it. The negotiation will continue. Now that he's in prison, those who will negotiate with him is the international global community with Nigeria and our government. We will negotiate. This is how it works. This is how everything works. So, any negotiation without the former sovereign, with the former sovereign state that ignores the leader is seen as an insult by the world. So when you're going to go out to go and make peace, come, let us be. We cannot be together until we got the international recognition, and the law will put you where you belong. That's where we're going to be together. Are you not hearing it here? It's those that IPOB want Nigeria. It depends on the massacre to tell them, shut up, do not talk. This is where the movement is. That is what it simply means. So, you and me, that is putting emotion, let him come out again and treat himself. Let him say anything that our DPM said, what you seek, we have gotten it. You misunderstand our Deputy Prime Minister. When you listen to all this, for those who make such a claim, you will see it clearly. Everything. Chai. You see how everything is in front of us, but we are not there because we are not looking for what is looking for us. Rather, we are on the other planet, another side. Have you seen the value, the benefit of the refusal of our leader, of our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How do you feel? Are you not supposed to give him a lot of applause for all the good that he is doing for us? Are you not going to do that for him? If you don't do, I always do, because he has passed through hell. I was underground only for 3 months in the hands of Nigeria. I know how I feel. Those for 5 years. My people, the Biafran people that under United States of Biafra government, we are on the right track, as you can see. We are pushing it at a time when this one, everything needed, that one will be there. That is a good strategy. That is what? A very good strategy. That's what it is. That it is. So, as you can see, that our leader, our president, where he is leading us to somewhere. The complex international acts to acknowledge the independence movement as the necessary future negotiating partner. Yes, the negotiation will continue. Even if the reason is not account today, we are going to negotiate with Nigeria. We're not about to keep on telling you that everything will come down to round table. We are not going to stay on Kafanchan to make it. No, people will be there. Even if it happen, because by that time that we are going to be on round table, the world powers will send their delegates or somebody who is playing a mediator. So nobody will arrest anybody because of the international community and their eyes that are now on Nigeria as a state of concern that killed the indigenous people every blessed day. I hope you are following.
Identifies the goal. International recognition often requires certainty about the new entity's future. The leader's refusal eliminates ambiguity. The goal is not reform, but sovereignty. This clear position simplifies the diplomatic choice for other nations, providing the political justification needed to extend formal de jure legal recognition.
International recognition often requires certain about creating about the new entity future. The leader refused. The leader refused. Who refused? The president refused that. What is when he refused to sign or to do anything with the Nigerian government, even to have a peace talk, even political way of it, is ambiguity. The goal is not reform, but the sovereignty of the new country when you refuse. The sovereignty of the new country is what he makes to become legitimate. And everything is good because of who? The leader of the Biafran people, who refuses to accept any offer except give me Biafra, leave me alone. I want to be on my own. I don't want to be with you. It's not by force, and it's all by force. That's all you can see. Because when you talk about to divide Nigeria, it becomes a dead person. That's what people are passing through. These clear options significantly the diplomatic choice for the nation. That's why I told her we are no longer into armed struggle again, but we are into diplomatic movement to get all that we needed. You see the goal. On international law of required about what? The future of the new country. The sovereignty of the new country. That Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, the president remaining there, is proving all this to us so that we may understand why he is there and that he know all this. So it's left for you who did not understand or who didn't know what he knows is the one showing pattern, telling him to sign in and come outside. It's for you. Because the game has changed. The game has done what? Has changed. That is where we are right now. There is no going back. We are into diplomatic movement. We are checkmating the world. We are letting them know what we want and how we can protect our land. No, we don't just need authority. We don't need no. We need a few out of the so-called Nigeria means the death sentence of the every indigenous person. Hope you are following. My people, I hope we are following. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu will be free like every other hero, like every other icon of a new nation who has fought and gets the independency of their country. They use Ibrahim, they use Rahman of Bangladesh in 1971 to negotiate with who? With Pakistan. Those arrested their leader also. So they are the step to grant us pity. Pity leads to give us recognition. That is how they dress it. Provided the political justification needed to extend formal de jure legal recognition. He's standing tall, he's standing strong, is giving us what? is giving us the leverage of our international recognition that they must do that because of what? A leader has been there for over 10 years, suffering, shouting, crying, doing everything until he was kidnapped. And he raised another person, that person was also arrested. Why? That's why we are calling on all EU members, all UN to look into what Finland has done. I know they have committed a crime. To jail a freedom fighter. To jail a man that used only his voice to tell his people what to do and what not to do. So, my people, like I said, we might not finish it this night, and our line is still open. Okay, in case if you want to call to make a suggestion, if you want to call, you are free to call to make your own suggestion, because no brain is waste of our leader refusing to come out. As you can see, refusing to beg, refuse to accept any offer, refuse to anything they are giving to him, he will say no. That is when you know you have a leader who the world are looking for. Because when you have a right person at a right place, everything will be good. Everything will be happening in a right way. So, things are going on. But Onyendu, our President Mazinande Kano, is the key to our international recognition very fast approach. This is the pure truth. And you heard it from here as we are reading. As we are giving you what the world keeps, what the world hides, and the people are pushing and asking for him to do what? For him to take pardon. No. He's not taking any pardon. Taking pardon means betraying the movement. Taking pardon means making the government to look like they are amateur and nobody will trust them, because the leader has proven trusted what is since all these years. So they believe that everything is under his command. Do you understand it? So that nobody will quench the truth. And the truth is always bitter. And the truth is not always in the open. It's being hid. So for us to really understand it, what we are doing and everything, that is why we must closely pay attention on how other countries get their own independence, because we will not do it alone. And that is what we are seeing today. And they are giving it to us. So let us continue listening.
Key historical example, Nelson Mandela. The experience of Nelson Mandela in South Africa perfectly illustrates this strategy. Year.
Do you hear this? Mandela refused any offer from South African government. He refused. That the only thing that he wants is this apartheid regime to end. He fought for it, and he got it. Because of what? Because Nelson Mandela values what he's fighting for, and he understands how everything will be gonna change. They need to compare him as Nnamdi Kanu. Do you see how history carried Nelson Mandela? But when he was fighting, they called him terrorist. There is no amount of name is not tagged to him like the way they tagged to our leader Nnamdi Kanu, our president. Did he not defeat? He defeated and he rose. So, for you to understand it, for you to see what it is, so if Nelson Mandela can hold, why our leader will not hold? They give you now example of Nelson Mandela, who when he was fighting, they called him all manner of names. But then he becomes a hero. He refused to come out from detention until they grant the apartheid regime. that he what he want, or they give him, or they grant him what he wanted. People play game there, the politics, and he's out, and everything changed. Today, what happens? Things are not going to be supposed to go. Excuse me, 1 minute. So, my people, that's why sometimes we look at histories, because when it's come to having a new country, history must repeat. Because in the same criteria they are giving you today is what they give those who have been there before you. It is that the same criteria they are giving those that have fought before you. So try to understand there is no shortcut. Try to understand that we will pass through that the same way. Look at the example, Nelson Mandela, that he refused to accept any offer except one thing, what he's fighting for. And you want Mazi Khan to accept. So the benefit of Mazi Khan being that the value is what we are still treating. You can see how quality it is when he's there, and things that him being there is going to trigger to us. I hope it's getting clear to you, so you will see what you used to answer enemies. What you used to, even those one Nigeria. Tell them, unless it is unconditional release, that is only when they will not invite him again. But if they grant him bail, the main case is coming, because one, the matter has never died. Two, he accepted no only Wundia Remoju for pardon or sign no. Can Nigeria then was called no sign no. In how to go in all gas sign or na sign no macandria come again. Makamadi mother and sign him or sign or my you know. If my hand then any sign no, on the can't get my didn't do where do you man sign here. So do not speak from the bottom of your mouth and think that you're making that you are legit, you have wisdom. No. I said what? I said no, it's not like that. That's what they told us, it's not like that. The experience of the Nelson Mandela in South Africa perfectly illustrated this strategy. The strategy of Mazi Khan, the strategy of refuse. These are those who refuse bluntly to accept any offer from the detained power. Nelson Mandela refused. Why did he do that? Because he understands the importance of what he's fighting. That is why Nelson Mandela refused offer, refused to be free. Because of what? Because of what? His people. That is why he refused. That no, I am not going to be free here where my people are going to be suffering, and you want me to prove that I should. No, he said no. He refused to do that. He stands strong like Mazi Khan. So I want you to know that Mazi Khan have come across of all these things, and he knows why he's refusing any offer from Nigeria or to be pardoned. What are you pardoning him? Did he committed any crime? That is why his release should be unconditionally. Now Biafra has been declared. So you may know that everything has a way it works. We have never gone through this way before in our own time. That is why we are trying to follow those who have passed through that way so we can learn from them. We cannot depend on our own to think that we can get it right. No, we must put hands somewhere to get everything we needed to do what? To make sure that our leader is being released if they refuse. So we must continue.
Government offer. Mandela's refusal. International impact. 1985. President P.W. Botha, offers to release Mandela if he renounces violence and the armed struggle of the ANC.
Do you see what they promise him? The same thing they are promising, the same thing their funjas are doing today. The same thing that they did to Nelson Mandela is what their funjas said. They are the ones telling the same thing. Kind does not know law, he know nothing. Imagine those a slave. Imagine those kind of people. Imagine those kind of people opening their gutter mouth to talk. What are they talking? They want to lecture somebody who has been lecturing all of them. Well, they see them in social media, or you see them, they open one law firm where they stealing and lying. So, what is there is this? You heard it said Nelson Mandela refused the offer. In 1985, the president offered him something and he said, no. I know what I want. The after regime must stop. And until they grant him that, he comes out like a hero. That is why they put their name here. That is why his name is just appeared without even asking. So you will see that everything into this movement that we're into right now. Now that Biafra has become a new country. President PW but offer to release Mandela if he renounce violence and the armed struggle. So today, for Mazen Khan to sign, our President Mazen Khan, for him to sign anything, it simply means denouncing Biafra for him to come out. Try and understand it. It's what? Denouncing Biafra is what it is. And do you want him to denounce? So don't ask him to sign anything and come outside. Because also, the international community call it compromise. They also call it a betrayer. You see these three names. Is it what you want the world to tag Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because it's already there, so when it happens, they will just implement it. When it happens, they will just do what? They will just implement it straight away. That is why we must know things we do and how we address the issues. It is very important that we try to understand how we are addressing issues and how we are putting things together. So, the Biafran people have seen the road, how Mazen Kanu is leading us to our total freedom with our government with our declaration. Mandela publicly refused the offer from the government, like the way they have been offering our President Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to stop this Biafra thing. Mention whatever you want, we'll do it for you. They have been keep on promising and failing. And the man is not shaking. The man is not even shaking 1 minute. And you that is outside want to shake. Why?
Mandela publicly refuses, stating, "Only free men can negotiate. I cannot and will not give any undertaking at a time when I and my people are not free." This dramatic refusal.
Do you hear something here? Next Mandela refused. I cannot and I will not give any undertaking at a time when I and my people are not free from the hands of who? That he's not free. From the hands of South Africa government. So, we must continue.
Refusal instantly intensified the international anti-apartheid movement, accelerated the push for global sanctions and divestment, and solidified Mandela as the only credible voice for the majority of South Africans. Mandela's choice.
Do you hear something here? This dramatic refusal intensified the international global movement as accurately the push for global sanction and the divestment and the solidarity to Mandela as the only credible voice for the majority of the South African people. He is the one voice, like Mazen can becoming that voice that bring me. Then there's people that voice of Mas Simon, but the Prime Minister bring also. But the general voice is the voice of Mazen Kano, who is the president of United States of Biafra. Please remember to like and share the program, please, if you can. If you can, please. So, being the voice of the people, being the savior of the people of that his time, the same thing with Mas Simon, the same thing with Mazen Kano, the president of United States of Biafra. The same thing with the Prime Minister, Mas Simon Ebanjoko, who Finland keep in detention. Oh my God. So, after that Nelson Mandela denounced, after Nelson Mandela refused to denounce, they still keep him in prison. What is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of the state of Biafra, in prison because of he refused to accept the offer coming from Nigeria. The same that Mandela did, he refused to offer anything. He said, we want apartheid regime to left us. And once that has been granted, he's just come outside as a hero. He comes out like what? As a hero who fights for the betterment of his own people. True or false? That is a pure truth that we all must understand. So, in everything that we are doing, let us open our eyes and understand the importance of the level or this place where we are right now and how things are supposed to work out from that particular movement. Let's continue.
To remain imprisoned over compromising the struggle provided the ultimate moral and political leverage that eventually forced the apartheid regime to negotiate the unconditional end of its rule and the full recognition of a new, democratic state. In short, by refusing the conditional release, the leader sacrifices their personal freedom to guarantee the political integrity of the national goal, thereby increasing the international community's willingness to grant recognition. Would you like to know more about the typical legal requirements for a new state to gain international recognition?
I hope you listen to this. I hope for any refusal of Nelson Mandela is what he wants. The refusal from our leader, from Onyendu, from the president of United States of Biafra, Mazen Kano. In short, by refusing the conditional release, the leader sacrificed their personal freedom to grant what? The political of the nation global. Thereby increasing the international community willingly to grant recognition for the United States of Biafra. Very soon, as everything is folding, then you will see everything. That is why I told that the government is doing the necessary thing to make that everything is in between. That is what we call multiple dimension. Not from the some things the way we want it, but they are doing it the way that is the best way. That is why. So I want to know today the benefit is the value is top notch. He is Mazen Kano is 1 in a million. That is why he can stand against all odds to do what? To defend the Biafran people. Listen to this as I play it again, so you may see it clearly. Know that I am not making it out. This is what they have already put down before us.
That is a highly insightful question, and the answer is a resounding yes. The refusal of a jailed leader to accept conditional release is not just a personal act of defiance, it is a powerful political strategy that significantly aids in securing international recognition for the new country. This action transforms the leader's imprisonment into a source of immense international pressure and moral clarity for the independence movement. How refusal leads to international recognition. The jailed leader's refusal provides two critical benefits for the movement's diplomatic efforts: moral leverage and political clarity. 1. Moral leverage, creating an international spectacle. By refusing a deal, the leader forces the former colonial power to keep them in prison, turning the leader into a globally recognized symbol of oppression. Elevates the cause to a human rights issue. A state's denial of freedom to a peaceful leader, or one acting for self-determination, for refusing to compromise on a national ideal, is a profound violation of human rights. This attracts the attention of NGOs, the UN Human Rights Council, and humanitarian organizations. Fuels sanctions and isolation. The arresting power is forced to bear the international shame of keeping a moral authority figure jailed. This makes it politically easier for other countries, especially Western democracies, to impose economic sanctions, arms embargoes, and cultural boycotts on the detaining state. This pressure becomes a key negotiating tool for the independence movement. The unwavering symbol, the leader's sacrifice, is a constant visible reminder to the international community that the new country's declaration of independence is legitimate and non-negotiable. The sight of a leader choosing prison over a compromise deal prevents international actors from pressuring the movement into accepting a lesser status, such as simple autonomy. 2. Political clarity, establishing an alternative authority. The refusal clarifies the political landscape, making it easier for third-party states to recognize the new government. Identifies the true negotiator. The refusal demonstrates that the jailed leader or their designated party holds the only credible mandate from the people. Any negotiation with the former sovereign that excludes or ignores the leader is seen as illegitimate by the world. This compels international actors to acknowledge the independence movement as the necessary, future negotiating partner. Solidifies the goal. International recognition often requires certainty about the new entity's future. The leader's refusal eliminates ambiguity. The goal is not reform, but sovereignty. This clear position simplifies the diplomatic choice for other nations, providing the political justification needed to extend formal de jure legal recognition. Key historical example: Nelson Mandela. The experience of Nelson Mandela in South Africa perfectly illustrates this strategy. Year: government offer. Mandela's refusal. International impact. 1985. President P.W. Botha offers to release Mandela if he renounces violence and the armed struggle of the ANC. Mandela publicly refuses, stating, "Only free men can negotiate. I cannot and will not give any undertaking at a time when I and my people are not free." This dramatic refusal instantly intensified the international anti-apartheid movement, accelerated the push for global sanctions and divestment, and solidified Mandela as the only credible voice for the majority of South Africans. Mandela's choice to remain imprisoned, over compromising the struggle, provided the ultimate moral and political leverage that eventually forced the apartheid regime to negotiate the unconditional end of its rule and the full recognition of a new, democratic state. In short, by refusing the conditional release, the leader sacrifices their personal freedom to guarantee the political integrity of the national goal, thereby increasing the international community's willingness to grant recognition. Would you like to know more about the typical legal requirements for a new state to gain international recognition?
Yes, my people, on this junction, it is a good night and a good morning to those on this platform. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day.